Today, we're living through the second Gilded Age, an age defined by the digital revolution and increased inequality. There is a striking historical parallel between the Gilded Age of the 19th century and today. Both periods experienced immense economic growth, which was fueled by rapid scientific and technological innovation, as well as the rise of big business. Much of the profit for this extraordinary growth found its way in the pockets of a select few. In fact, recent economic data by the Center for American Progress show that middle-class household incomes remain stagnant at near 25-year lows. Meanwhile, costs of middle-class essentials such as childcare, higher education, healthcare, and housing have rapidly increased. As R.F. Georgie states in Notes from the Cafe, we live in a Googleized world with a near infinite supply of information, and yet we cannot read. In our globalized, interconnected, and increasingly complex world, you may not be able to afford to be complacent about your financial future. When it comes to money, knowledge is power. But in the case of your financial future, knowledge is the potential to make good decisions today for a better tomorrow. I believe there's a crisis of financial literacy in the digital age, which may create two paradigms. Those who understand financial information and try to plan ahead, and those who fail to plan for their future. Back in 2018, a survey conducted by Investment News stated that 78% of Americans agree that financial literacy is an issue of concern. And the survey also concluded that over 58% of financial advisors failed to take action to improve financial literacy in their community. Capitalism today may favor the wealthy elites who use their power to create generational wealth. David Rodman of the MIT Technology Review, writing in 2010, states the richest 1% of the population had 34% of the accumulated wealth. To make matters worse, since the Great Recession of 2008, the top 1% captured 95% of the income growth from 2009 to 2012. This glaring social injustice between the rich and the poor is alarming. In fact, according to French economist Thomas Piketty, the gap between the rich and poor is higher than any other society at any time in the past, anywhere in the world. The growing gap between rich and poor has captured the attention of several billionaires who accept the conclusion that capitalism today is broken. Let's look at the case of Ray Diallo, the founder of Bridgewater, the world's largest hedge fund worth $18 billion. Diallo declared all things taken to an extreme can be self-destructive, and that everything must evolve or die. This is now true for capitalism. For Diallo, the systemic gap between the rich and the poor represents a national emergency, which is why, according to The Guardian, he joined Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan, Stephen Schwarzman of the Blackstone Group, and Warren Buffett to argue that income inequality has stretched the U.S. body politic beyond the breaking point. To make matters worse, Greg Jaffe of the Washington Post argues that the digital revolution has allowed tech entrepreneurs to build massive global companies without big job-producing factories or large workforces of the industrial era. The result was more and more wealth concentrated in fewer hands like Rockefellers, Morgans, and Carnegies of the past, and Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett of today. As technology advanced, some feared things were going to get worse. Robots were eliminating factory work. Online commerce was decimating retail. And self-driving cars were on the verge of phasing out truck drivers. The next step was computers that could learn and think. The problem, of course, is that computers lack real-life experience and don't care about a legacy. The ultimate game changer in one's life is the ability to enact change by understanding what is real and what is manufactured. The question you must ask yourself is this: how do I navigate through an economic and financial system which appears to be working against me? How do I protect myself and safeguard my future? The answer? Financial literacy. Our lack of understanding the financial world is so glaring that former Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan declared, the number one problem in today's generation and economy is the lack of financial literacy. To put this in perspective, the National Financial Education Council estimates the lack of financial knowledge cost Americans $295 billion in 2018. To make matters worse, according to the National Educators Council, the lack of financial knowledge would cost Americans collectively more than $2.3 trillion over a lifetime. Both baby boomers and millennials need to protect themselves. Our concept of retirement may be outdated and misplaced. Baby boomers have come to believe that pensions and Social Security will take care of them during their retirement years. While corporate pension plans may run out of money in the next 2 to 8 years, and the government program which protects pension plans called the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation is projected to go insolvent in 5 years. Today, there is a fundamental paradigm shift which places the burden on the individual to figure out his or her retirement needs. Baby boomers are living longer than ever before, which is why financial planning is critical to retirement longevity. Millennials are also faced with many challenges. Today, not only must they plan for their own retirement, but they also need to contribute to the care of their baby boomer parents. The question now becomes, how do I invest for the future? The traditional 60-40 investment portfolio may be outdated and ineffective. In other words, investing 60% of your portfolio in stocks and 40% in bonds may no longer generate you results sufficient to provide you for your retirement. Today, there may be a better way to manage your investment. I will share the REAL model. In an age where our future looks uncertain and the American dream becomes more distant, you need to educate yourself in order to better understand what's at stake. Financial literacy may equip you with a wealth of knowledge to become a well-informed investor, because today's decisions may define our tomorrow. Thank you for watching. For more information, visit us online at synergyfinancial.com or call us at 714-210-0549.